Arsenal Football Club, man. Arsenal Football Club. You always have to find a way to do it. Always. Always have to find a way to ruin my weekend, man. I cannot believe it. Thrown away 2 points here against West Ham. Thrown it away. There's no other way to explain it. This isn't a case of like Anfield where I was like, you know what? You have to look at it as a point game potentially because it is Liverpool, one of the better teams in England. But West Ham here today is nothing more, nothing less than 2 points lost. That is it. 2-0 up and you've thrown away the game. And we're getting a reputation for this and it's not good enough. You can't build a reputation of being a team that throws away results. Just like today. Terrible. Terrible, man. I'm not going to sit here. This whole season I've been very positive, right? Very positive the whole time. About this team chance to win the league. This team, how we're playing on the pitch. What we're doing in games. But today, nothing more, nothing less, and disappointed by every metric. Every metric disappointed because it is not good enough. Not good enough one bit in this football match. We are 2-0 up and in a commanding position after 10 minutes and you've drawn that football game. That should not happen under any circumstances. Any circumstances should you be 2-0 up after 10 minutes, cruising and lose that football match. It is disrespectful and it is unacceptable by every single metric. You cannot explain how terrible that is. Scott Kirk, welcome into the chat, my friend. We was rubbish. Exactly. A complete difference the first 10 minutes where we were unbelievable. We were so good in those first 10 minutes. And then since then, threw it away. I've been so positive this season, but that is not good enough. Not good enough whatsoever. How many times I've spoken about on this channel? You got to put teams away. You can't show any sign of weakness. You got to put teams to the sword. 2-0 up, end that game. I tweeted at that point saying, run up the goal difference. Now, I wasn't just saying run up the goal difference because we actually need to go for the goal difference. I was saying that to say we need to get more goals. Why do you sit back at 2-0 is beyond me. 2-0 is one of the most dangerous scorelines in the Premier League. We found that out last week to Liverpool. You should be going for the third goal and then you make the choice whether to go for more as in trying to hinder the goal difference or you sit back and absorb. That's what, to be fair, I've been saying in away games like Fulham away, Brentford away, we'd get that third goal, then we'd relax. And I'd be like, that's fine because 3-0 up is good. Why at 2-0 up are we sitting back and relaxing? It makes no sense. No sense whatsoever. And that's one thing, right? So we go down 2-1. Of course, they score to bring it back to 2-1. Then they score in the second half to bring it back to 2-2. At that point, I'm thinking, right, it's 2-2. There's still 14 minutes left of this football match. Where's going to be the change for Arsenal? Who's going to stand up and be counted? And there was nothing. Nothing in that second half that led me to believe we are going to win this league. Nothing in that second half. No one stood up and was counted. No one wanted the ball. No one was trying to make things happen. Everyone was just stationing like mannequins and it was like the occasion was too big for us. Not good enough whatsoever. Didn't expect that, Jeff said. I didn't expect that either. Genuinely, I didn't. Obviously, those of you that came into my chat yesterday would say that I said I was quite confident actually. I was quite confident that we'd get a win against West Ham United today because I thought West Ham had been struggling. They had a big game in midweek. Everything set up for us to get a result here today. And in that first 10 minutes, everything was going along with what I said. It aligned perfectly with my thought process. We're playing really well. We're dominating. We got the ball inside the boxes. We've got Jesus dropping into midfield and collecting the football. It was all cooking nicely. But after we went 2-0 up, it changed. It completely changed. It didn't just change when they scored. It changed when we went 2-0 up. Going 2-0 up after 10 minutes was the worst thing that happened to us. Because we just completely lost all composure in the football match. We stopped trying. We started treating it like a training game. Where's the killer instinct at this football club? Where's the killer instinct to go for the kill? To realise, you know what, 2-0 isn't enough. In Premier League, it's not enough, because especially away from home. Because they get one goal like they did, and the crowd's up again. We literally learnt our lesson first time against Liverpool, basically a week ago. And here today, at 2-0 up, why are you sitting off, bro? Go for the kill in football, man. Where is your winning and killer instinct, man? Where's someone in your head saying, you know what, they're there for the taking. Let's end this now. Because at 3-0, the game's over. The game is completely over. But at 2-0, we sit back. We retreat. Why are you retreating for? West Ham have nothing. They're on the ropes. No one that's actually got any sort of credibility in the world of football would tell their team at 2-0 up and you've got that team on the ropes and you're away from home to let them off the hook. It makes no sense. It makes no sense whatsoever. Finish that football game, man. But we didn't. And we ruined our missed chances. He needs to learn to take Saka off when he's not playing well. I agree. Saka, though, has been a bit of a game changer for us. Missing that penalty, though, is a massive changing point, man. He missed a penalty which would have made it 3-1. And at 3-1, you got to say the game is over. Because I think the game is over at 3-1. It kills all my mentality. I'm not going to get on Saka too much for the penalty miss, though, because, look, penalty misses happen. And the way I look at it, right, we still had 40 minutes to change that football game, with or without that penalty miss. It's not like he missed in the 90th minute. Like, there's still a long time to change that football match, and we didn't do enough, the whole team. And Saka is one of those players, I agree, Scott, that didn't do enough today whatsoever. KT cannot play inverted, so why do with him playing? Exactly, man. Exactly. I keep saying this. We can't put square pegs in round holes. Kieran Tierney is an overlapping fullback. Use him as such. Why are you trying to play him in that Zinchenko role, trying to get him to slot into midfield? It's not going to work. He's not that type of player. He's not that player whatsoever. You play to your player's strengths. I understand Arteta wants that inverted fullback system with his Zinchenko slotting into midfield and being an extra body there. But it's not going to work with KT. He's not technically gifted enough. You need to play 400 games in that position to understand how to play it that well. KT's played like 4 games in that inverted role. He's not going to be quite good enough, man. It's just the way it is. The mad thing is, I said this the other day. Seb said Arsenal would win this and Southampton easily, but I said these games would actually be the tough games because these guys need the points to stay up. You're right, Sion. And I said the same thing. I expect Arsenal to win today, but I did say when you get to this part in the season, the table doesn't matter because everyone's fighting for something. You'll get surprised results. Look at Bournemouth beating Tottenham 3-2 yesterday, man. Who would have expected that? Bournemouth winning 3-2 at Tottenham Stadium. Anything can happen. But that being said, Sion, I'm looking at the fact that in that first 10 minutes, we were on top and we were on job and it went exactly as many people would expect. We completely dominated that first 10 minutes. Why, oh why, step off your foot off the gas? That's what I don't get. And for me, a lot of bad things are happening now around this football club. I'm worried now. I'm very worried. The mid-table positions are the easy games at this point. I agree to an extent, I agree. But look, you're top of the league. If you're top of the league, you can't be saying, oh, the relegated teams, we don't want to play them because they might get relegated. But we're top of the league, man. We're fighting for a Premier League. Every team should be scared to face us, not the other way around. Do you get what I'm saying? So this is what I'm worried about, Arsenal, you lot, yeah? Even if we scored last minute, I'm worried. Reason being, A, we look vulnerable. We look very vulnerable. City do not look vulnerable. Yesterday, they were good. I know in the second half they fell off a little bit, but the game was over by then. And they had the game killed well and early in that football match. We look vulnerable. Even if we won this game 3-2 with a last minute goal, we still look vulnerable. When we're 2-0 up, we're throwing leads away. And that's a bad look. A very bad look. You can't get a reputation of a team that crumbles and bottles leads. And in 2 back-to-back games now, we bottled leads. I let the team off the hook against Liverpool at Anfield because that's a Fugazi game. Anfield's a crazy pace. Liverpool do crazy things in that stadium. But today, I can't let the team off the hook. I can't by any means. West Ham United away, you should not throw that game away at 2-0 up. Under any circumstances. Even if you're down to 10 men, you do not throw that game away. That is not good enough. Back-to-back games losing 2-0 is bad. It's bad mentally for us and it's bad mentally in terms of how the other teams will view us, how our opponents will view us going forward. Opponents will look at Arsenal and go, you know what, even if we're 2-0 down, we get 1 goal and these lot will crumble. And that's not a look you want to have. You want to be viewed as a ruthless killer team. A team with winning mentality. A team with the aura, the mojo that dispatches teams and finishes games in 20 minutes like Man City have that reputation. You don't want to be seen as a team that gives you chances. You don't want to be having a reputation of a team that gives away the ball and gives easy chances away to their opponent and never looks safe in the football match because it's not good. And look what I said after the Liverpool game. Is it a point game or is it a 2-point loss? I said, I'm not going to judge it now, I'm going to judge it after our next game. Because how losses affect teams, it depends on how good the team is. A good team will drop points, and in the next game, they will win comfortably. Which I thought we were doing in the first 10 minutes. A bad team drops points, and their next game, they have a bit of a hangover, knock-on effects, and they go on to lose that match or drop points in that match as well. This isn't 2 points dropped, this is 4 points dropped for Arsenal. Make no mistake about it. Because that draw at Liverpool had directly fed into this match right here, where we dropped points in back-to-back games. And we now, out of potential 6 points, sit 2 points out of 6 and give Man City the ascendancy to go on and win this league. Terrible from Arsenal. I'm bitterly disappointed in this. This is the first time this season where I'm genuinely so disappointed and annoyed in the team. Genuinely. Everything was wrong today from 10 minutes onwards. The first 10 minutes, brilliant. The best 10 minutes I've seen this team play all season. But from that 10 minutes onwards, disappointing. Everything went wrong. The subs, the play style, everything fell off a cliff, man. Intensity fell off a cliff. And we deserved what we got today. We deserved it. We dropped points and deservedly so. And we're giving Man City the incentive. It's not good enough for this football club, man. Partey was not his normal self today. 100% agree. Terrible today, man. Absolutely terrible today, Partey. Gave away that first goal. What is he doing, bro? Why are you so relaxed? You got Declan Rice, one of the best midfielders in the league, pressing you. Why are you just dilly-dallying on the football, man? Easy, out your feet. What are you trying to do? Flick it over his head like it's FIFA Street? I don't get it, man. Like, this is what I'm saying sometimes as football club, man. No killer instinct at Arsenal Football Club. No instinct to say, finish this game. We're 2-0 up and we think it's safe. We think we've fought 60 minutes left in the football match and 2-0 up. We think we're going to win the game. What? Come on, man. Use your heads. The game's not over. The game's over when the referee blows his final whistle. We've seen teams recover a 2-goal deficit with 5 minutes left. So what makes you think it's going to safe at 2-0 with 60 minutes left? It's terrible. He's flicking over Declan Rice's head. Goal. Obviously, they scored the penalty. Was it a penalty? I don't care if it was a penalty or not, to be fair. Why we gave the ball away in the first place? Obviously, you know it's Paquetá. You know his ethnicity. He's Brazilian. He's going to dive to the ground as soon as he gets the littlest bit of contact. And it's a penalty. And they score it through Benrahma. The only way they're going to look like scoring. And suddenly, what do I say? At 2-0 down, you got to be a bit more resolute. Because you can see that one goal. And suddenly, the crowd are there. The momentum are there. And it's a carbon copy. It's Groundhog Day from Anfield last week. West Ham United have their tails up and now we're struggling. Now we've got our backs against the walls. Now we're on the ropes and we've got to try and recover. It's a recovery race for us. We've got to have some calming personalities in there. And as you said, Scott, Partey was not a calming personality whatsoever. West Ham certainly didn't look like they were fighting for anything in the first 10 minutes. And they weren't. They weren't, Jeff. Exactly. And that is why I'm so annoyed with this Arsenal team, man. Because if we played today, right, and West Ham were up for it like they were in the second half from the minute one, I'd at least be a bit more, less disappointed. Because I'm like, you know what? West Ham fought really hard for it. But genuinely, we gave them life. We gave them the incentive to go on and give themselves an opportunity to get something from this game. Because after 10 minutes, the game was dusted. It was done. It was finished. 2-0, Arsenal looking to get the next goal. What do? We sit back and we absorb and we soak like a sponge. No, Arsenal, man. Where's your killer instinct? Where's that instinct in this football club of their legends in previous seasons, the Henrys, the Vieiras? They wouldn't stand for this. They wouldn't stand for being 2-0 up and dropping in this game. No way. At 2-0, after 10 minutes, they would have realised they smell blood. Where's your predator, man? I talk about it so many times. A football team needs to be like a predator. You don't want to be prey, you want to be a predator. You smell any sign of weakness in that opponent, you go, bro. Foot on that neck. You go in for the kill. You don't go into that game thinking, you know what, 2-0 up, let's just cruise a little bit. Hope these players don't get injured. Cruise our way to the end, the final whistle. Job's done. No, this is the Premier League, my friend. This isn't a championship. This isn't League One. This isn't friendly football. This is the Premier League. There's no such thing as the easy 90 minutes. Every game's going to be tough. So if you're sitting there 2-0 up and you think it's too easy, boy, you think it's too easy for a reason. Because it's going to get hard very soon. You make your own mistakes. And today we made our own mistakes. A car crash performance from 10 minutes onwards. Now, of course, you should have been scared of these teams. But you shouldn't be thinking you're going to win 3 or 4-0. See, to be fair, I thought we would win 3 or 4-0, to be completely honest, my friend. I'll tell you why, yeah? West Ham are dog. They're crap. They're crap, West Ham. I've watched them play so many games. They got bopped 5-1 in their last game at the London Stadium to Newcastle. West Ham are not a good football team. And you saw that in the first 10 minutes. They were all over the shop. They offered nothing. At 2-0 up after 10 minutes, you kill that game. But we didn't. And we made West Ham look good. That's my problem with it. Because we easily could have won this game 4-5-6-0. In the alternate reality, if you believe in the multiverse and all that, this game finishes 6-0 Arsenal. If Partey doesn't give away a stupid goal, if we don't sit off and if we don't absorb pressure, we win this game convincingly and comfortably. But we don't. This is the other Arsenal. This Arsenal looks feeble. This Arsenal looks weak. This is the Arsenal that's still got that jagged side to them after dropping points at Anfield last weekend. Not good enough for Arsenal, man. I have no words for Holding. He would not get any top 6 team Leeds levels. Holding today was terrible, man. Absolutely terrible, Rob Holding. What was he doing? He was getting bullied by Antonio, man. This is what I say sometimes, yeah? The reason Arsenal looks so good defensively is because Saliba and Gabriel are just as good as each other. The striker, normally most teams play with one striker up front, right? And what strikers tend to do is they tend to put themselves on one of the centre-backs. Whichever one they think they're going to bully more. What they would do is they put themselves on Gabriel. They get no change out of him. He's strong and fast. They put themselves on Saliba. They get no change out of him. He's strong and fast. Now strikers, Antonio knew exactly what he was doing. Target Rob Holding. He's the weakness. He's not strong and he's not fast. What does he do? Against Benrahma, he got out-muscled. You got out-muscled to Benrahma, my friend. It's not even like it's Antonio. You got out-muscled to Benrahma at times today, Holding. Not good enough, man. He's not at that level for Arsenal Football Club. He's a 5th choice centre-back, not a 3rd choice centre-back in my opinion. And it just goes to show, man, not quite at those levels. A couple injuries out, Saliba and Zinchenko, and it falls apart at the back, man. We have no sort of composure defensively. Terrible today. What people say is that it's not the first mistake that kills you. It's the 2nd and 3rd mistake. The Liverpool game was the first mistake. This one was the 2nd. I see what you're saying, Siwan. For me, the reason that the Liverpool game, I said after that match on this exact live stream, I said, Is it 1 point gain or 2 points lost? I'm going to wait till we play West Ham next week. If we beat West Ham convincingly, then it's 1 point gains because you've got to look at it as a good game. If we lose or drop points to West Ham, lose or draw, it's 2 points lost. Because what that meant is we got a bit nervous and we got a little bit jagged. And that Liverpool game hurt us mentally. That's why I feel like it's done. Losing to Liverpool hurt us mentally. Sorry, not losing. Drawing to Liverpool hurt us mentally. Because we let a lead slip away 2-0. We let it slip away and suddenly we got a little bit scared. Suddenly we feel less composed and less in control of the football match. And here today against West Ham, we're 2-0 up and it was the worst possible thing that happened to us. The worst possible thing. Because we go 2-0 up and then we throw it away. Then we sit back and back to our usual just feeble self, which we've grown to know Arsenal in the previous seasons, man. Under Emery in the latter stages of Wenger. Too feeble. Come on, man. Where's your killer instinct? Where's the killer instinct in this football team? It pains me, man. Pains me watching this. Yep, I think they could have walked this game. They rushed us on the ball and was winning all the second balls. Jorginho actually stabbed it. It was crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. I mean, West Ham in that second half, we made them look like Barcelona at times, like prime Real Madrid. It was crazy. They had all the intensity. They were going for every loose ball. Suddenly, we were the team playing long ball, not West Ham. It's crazy what momentum and a bit of confidence can do to you. A little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum, and suddenly the team looks completely different. They just shadow of themselves. It's crazy, man. Football's a crazy, crazy game. The penalty West Ham awarded was a foul, but I really expected it would be reversed. I did think handball by Rice. Rice didn't handball it, came off his chest. In terms of reverse, because of like simulation from Paquetá, potentially, but look, it's one of those things, man. If you go to ground in the box, you're always running a risk, and Gabriel did that. He knows that Donny is trying to foul. It's his Brazilian teammate, man. So come on, man. You got to do better than that. It's a penalty in my eyes. I genuinely think it is. Actually, what you said about judging this after game is the first or second mistake I said. I get you, see right now. I get what you're saying. Is the season over for Arsenal? Newcastle away and City away? The season's not over for Arsenal because we still prove we're a brilliant football team and we can beat Newcastle. The problem is, yeah, and this is the problem with Arsenal, even if we won last minute, so don't make no mistake about it, even if we scored a last minute goal today and won 3-2, I'm still saying this exact same point. I don't think Arsenal are going to win the league now after seeing this performance. Why? Because we look vulnerable. In the running, you can't look vulnerable by any metric because teams will expose you. If you look vulnerable going forward, they'll expose you. If you look vulnerable defensively, they'll expose you. Our vulnerability is we don't control matches. We fold and crack under pressure. That is our vulnerability. Our vulnerability 100%. And teams will expose that. I look at Man City yesterday. I look at Man City the week before. I look at Man City in the Champions League. They don't look vulnerable at all. They're always in control of matches from minute 1 to 90. Even when the teams have a chance, you never really feel like Man City are going to drop points in that game. That's what you need to look like in the running. Not look like Arsenal where it's a bit like just chaos. Like we're scrapping together results. Oh, we're looking to try and find a win in the last 10 minutes now. It's not good enough, man. You need to control a game from minute 1 to 90. When you're in a run-in, it's fire, it's emotion, it's intensity. You need calm heads, you need composure, you need ice. Arsenal don't possess any of those attributes right now. And for me, that's why I don't believe we're going to win this league. It's crazy, but I don't see it happening now. You can't let 2-0 leads slip in back-to-back matches and deserve to win the league. I'm sorry, but it can't happen. It happened earlier this season as well. We lose to Everton away. Tough game. Sean Dyche's first match. Tough pitch. It is what it is. We then drop points to Brentford and then lose to Man City. That's not 3 points lost away at Everton. That's 8 points lost over the last 9 matches. That's how I look at it. Today, 4 points lost. It's not 2 points lost, it's 4 points lost. Because last week to Liverpool and today against West Ham, it's all good winning 6-7 games in a row. But if you drop points in back-to-back matches, it's not good enough to win a title. The good teams, like I told you, when they lose a match or drop points, the next game they bounce back. Bounce back mentality, winner's mentality. Man City are famous at this. Whenever Man City drop points, that next team gets battered. And they know they're going to get battered as well because they know Man City will come back with a winner's mentality. If they drop points, the next team's losing 4-5-6-0 because they're that type of team, man. They don't let any sort of negative attitude, like negative energy stay around the football club and infect and dissipate into the team. They don't like that. As soon as they lose a game or draw a game, they're back on the winning path straight away. Nullify instantly, kill the disease, kill the virus instantaneously and get back in the win column. Arsenal, it doesn't happen. That doesn't happen to us. There's no killing instinct. There's no winning mentality. There's no, okay, we drop points at Anfield. Tough game. We managed to escape with a point. Now we go to West Ham and we finish that game. We don't. We go into that game 2-0 up and we think it's too easy for us. Do we not learn our lessons from Anfield? Come on, boys, man. Come on. It's not good enough, man. Would you have taken Jesus off? Absolutely not. I thought it was a wrong move, like in the Liverpool game. Agree, Scott. 100% in the Liverpool game as well. Why take Jesus off? I know you're nursing him back from an injury, right? But this game's still there to win. Like, what are you saving for? Southampton on the weekend. Like, come on, man. Jesus is our match winner. The brother's so good. He's been in these positions before with Man City. The reason Arsenal have taken this step, one of the reasons, to challenge for the title, is in big part due to Jesus and Zinchenko. Two players with a winning mentality, have won the league before, been in these positions with Man City. You're taking him off for Trossard, who, look, Trossard, I give him the ultimate respect. He's been a brilliant player for us and one of the best signings in January. But his greatest achievement is getting into the top half of the table with Brighton. He's not made for these moments, Trossard. He's not. Jesus is built for these moments. Jesus was our best player in that first half. So good, man. Some substitutions were puzzling. Even Odegaard coming off at the end of the game. Why? Like, I'd rather you take off Vieira than Odegaard, even though he just came on the pitch. Like, genuinely, I don't get it. Like, some of these substitutions from Arteta were puzzling. They were puzzling, man. Like I said, first 10 minutes, the best 10 minutes I've seen Arsenal play all season. From 20th or 10 minutes onwards to 90th minute, terrible performance. Car crash performance from Arsenal and inexplainable. Purely terrible. Just terrible. Personally, I thought Arsenal would win, but not 4-0. I feel like it'd be one of those gritty 1-0 wins because I thought West Ham were going to defend. They need to get a point. Now, this is the thing, C1 now. And as an Arsenal fan, you should be worried about me saying this, if you agree with me. The only way Arsenal are going to win this game is if we won 3 or 4-0, in my opinion. If this game was 1-0, Arsenal would bottle it. That's the feeling I get from us. Arsenal bottle leads. That is what's happening. We proved it away at Anfield, and today as well. We bottle leads. The only way Arsenal can win matches now is if we're 3-0 up. And that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign whatsoever. You need to be a resolute team. It's like they say, goals win games, defense win championships. That's what it's got to be like, man. At 2-0 up, the attackers should say, we've done our job. Defense, you now hold us to the end of the game, basically. But they didn't. They looked feeble. They looked weak. It's terrible, man. Terrible by all accounts. By every single metric. You got to finish that football match, man. You got to finish it, but we didn't do enough. Didn't do enough whatsoever. And look, you can say that you thought Arsenal would win 1-0. And maybe so. I genuinely thought we'd win this game 3-4-0. Like, I genuinely think we would, because West Ham are terrible. And after 10 minutes, I thought, you know what, we're going to go through and we're going to make this game 3-4-0. But we didn't. We didn't whatsoever, and we threw it away, man. Threw it away. I think the title is over now, bro. Sorry to say. I appreciate you tuning into the stream, Tommy, as always. The title isn't over, because it is still in our hands if we beat Man City, but it's a big if. And I genuinely don't think we're going to beat Man City. Why? A, we're away from home. B, we look feeble, we look weak. And C, Man City looks so good right now. Man City have hit form at the right moment, and Arsenal and basically hit the opposite of form, whatever the opposite of form is, in the wrong moment. It is so terrible, man. So terrible. And this is the thing, right? Because even if we go 2-0 up at Man City, are you confident we're going to come away with a win? Like, are you confident that's going to happen? Are you confident we're going to come away with a point even? Because we don't look like we're holding on to leads. It's a bad sign. You can't show any weakness in the running. And this Arsenal team is showing weakness after weakness after weakness right now. And that's not good enough if you want to win a league title. Not good enough whatsoever. This isn't a team that's fighting for top 4 anymore. This is a team that's fighting for the league. And that can't be good enough, man. Can't be good enough whatsoever. I'm not an Arsenal fan, but that's just what I thought would happen. Fair enough, see, when everyone's entitled to their opinion, and yeah, I see what you're saying, because you're saying it's going to be a tough game playing West Ham. And I agree, but I've seen this Arsenal team dispatch teams no matter where they are in the table. We've been that good. I rarely see Arsenal win games 1 or 2-0. It's been a lot of 3-0s, like Fulham away 3-0, Brentford away 3-0, etc. Just like that. Leicester, I know we won 1-0 away from home, but that was an easy game for us. Like, Leicester offered nothing. This game, after 10 minutes, you're thinking it's going to be an easy win. But no, we have to. It seems Arsenal to win matches have to have a comfortable lead. We can't win matches being only 2-0 up, it seems. And that's really sad to hear, because that can affect you in the running, as it is affecting us right now. Antonio could have made it 3-2, 100%. And that's a really bad thing, Tommy, because in that second half, right, I'm looking at, of course, Saka missed a penalty. He should do better. He should score. It's a penalty. But a penalty miss happens. It's football. We've still got 40 minutes to turn that match around. In that second half, we created nothing. Zilch. Nada. Zero. We did not create anything in that second half. The only chance I can think of is when Tierney flashed it across the box and Jesus didn't score. That's the only chance we created in that second half. Genuinely. And Saka maybe running away on a counter-attack. That is it. The second half was all West Ham. And that's not good enough, man. Because even if they do bring it back to 2-2 and they've got the momentum, you're still the team that's chasing the title, and they're still the team that's in a relegation battle. You should still have enough quality on that football pitch to go forward and try and get a winner. Because watching this, I think Man City would have won this football game. Even at 2-2 with 30 minutes left, I see West Ham Man City win this football game. We don't have that. We feeble, we're weak-minded. Maybe it's the age of the team catching up to us. We praise them for being so young and so youthful and just so explosive at times, intense, but sometimes you need cool heads in these moments. And also just did not possess that one bit. Did not possess that one bit at all. Is there hope for the cup?
I mean, I don't know what cup you're talking about, John. Arsenal and in. If you're talking about the Premier League, there is hope, of course, because we're still ahead. A point is a point at the end of the day. We just have to go to Man City and win, in my opinion. And I hope and pray now that Man City drop points going forward. Man City still got some tough games. Still got to go to Everton. Still got to go to Brighton. But equally, we've got tough games. We still got to play Brighton at home. Still got to play Newcastle United, etc. Still got to go to Forest. Still got to play Chelsea. Still got to play Man City, of course. Both teams have got tough games. You don't want to be dropping points to a team like West Ham. Let's be real about it. No offense, West Ham fans, but we should have really walked this game. But Newcastle went there like a week or so ago and completely put them to the sword, man. We should have equally done that. And it was looking that way. Like the contrast in the first 10 minutes to the 90th minute is just pales in contrast, man. Pales in contrast. I feel nothing when Fabio comes on. Agree. That should have been an ESR moment in a London derby. But looking on the bench, you could tell he's not getting on that pitch. I agree with you, man. And the thing is, right, Fabio Vieira, I don't know why Arteta rates him over Emile Smith-Rowe. I said this. Look, Fabio Vieira, he needs an adaptation period, of course. Learn him out to pure gym because the brother needs to hit the weights. He's nowhere near strong enough to be in this Premier League right now. And you're right. Arteta does not trust Emile Smith-Rowe. He does not trust him one bit. Because I'm with you. I would have brought on Smith-Rowe. We've seen what Smith-Rowe did for us last season. Should have done something, man. Like, even when you're bringing on Nketiah at the end, don't take off Odegaard. Like, take off Fabio Vieira. I know you just subbed him on, but what does Fabio Vieira do? Like, even his set piece at the end, bro, it's a set piece of a kid. Like, he's just floating it in. Like, floating it into the box. Like, bro, put some pace on the ball, man. Like, actually whip that ball in with pace. Put something like... The way that free kick was positioned, it was giving me... It was reminiscent of Ozil to Welbeck against Leicester in 2016. The same exact position. Float the ball in with pace, bro. You're just dinking it into the box, like, trying to just loop it in there. Come on, man. Like, put some pace on the football. It's not good enough from Vieira at that point. 2 draws up against City in the title race is a disaster. Exactly. When you're playing against a team like Man City, you can't afford to drop points. You can't afford to drop points in any stretch of imagination. Even, look, a point at Anfield's a good point in years gone by. A point at West Ham away is a good point in years gone by. But in a title race against Man City, it's not. Because these lot don't look weak and vulnerable. You know what? I'd feel different if it was a Man City we've been seeing in January, in December, in November. If it's that Man City earlier in the season, I'd still be confident we might win the league. But the Man City I've seen in recent weeks, ever since they drew to Forest away from home, this Man City has been untouchable. So good. They've finally hit form. And that's what scares me. Because the Man City I've been seeing in recent weeks is not a Man City you can drop points to. It's not a Man City you can sit there and go, you know what? If we drop points, it's not the end of the world because I expect them to drop points. I genuinely don't expect Man City to drop any points from now to the end of the season. If they do, it will be luck. It will be luck by every stretch of imagination. It can happen, of course, but it will be luck. So Arsenal, we had to be on top form today. Had to be on top form, man. And we were in the first 10 minutes, but we let it slip. And it's a terrible, terrible slip up, man. And it just goes to show the reminiscent of what happened at Anfield, but it's a knock-on effect. You drop 2 points at Anfield, you drop 2 points here. That's 4 points dropped, not 2 points dropped in my books. I wouldn't give out the title yet. I haven't. But it's going to come down to beating City. Before today, a draw of City would have been great. Exactly, Jeff. 100% agree with you. Hit the nail on the head. Now we have to beat City at the Etihad. And do you trust this team to beat City at the Etihad? Be honest with it, do you? Because I don't. I don't think this team can beat City at the Etihad. And that's being genuinely honest. So now we've got our backs against the walls. And it's going to be tough. Because if City beat us at the Etihad, boy oh boy does it get tough. Boy oh boy does it really get tough then. Because then we're really struggling. Then it's a case of, oh my God, we're in the bin now. So we got to pull our sleeves up. We got to hope other teams get something from Man City. And who knows, man. The title's still in our hands. But the way we're looking, we look weak and Man City looks strong. And in the running, it's all about momentum. Can you just keep playing those matches and keep picking up points? And if you play like with the way Arsenal playing that second half, we're not picking up points. And if Man City play like they've been playing this whole season, in recent weeks, they're going to pick up points. And that's the problem, man. Do you think West Ham deserved the point in the end? 100%, Tommy, they did. Just like Liverpool last week. West Ham deserved the point in the end. But my problem is, that it shouldn't have even got to that stage. It shouldn't even got to a stage where West Ham deserved the point. The game should have been out of sight. That's my problem with it, man. West Ham deserved the... If you look at the end of the game, the stats, whatever, the eye test, the numbers test, quantitatively, qualitatively, however you want to look at it, West Ham deserved the point from this football match. But my beef is, they shouldn't have even got to that position. They shouldn't have got to a position where they were able to even get a point from this match. This game should have been out of sight in the first half. It was out of sight in 10 minutes, it seems, but not. Not that case whatsoever, because Arsenal slipped up, man. Slipped up. Yes, West Ham deserve the point. Exactly, Scott. Agree. West Ham to stay up. I think they will, Tommy. I said they will from before, genuinely, because they've got good enough quality in that side, and I think their home form will save them. But yeah, I think they will stay up, and this was a good point for them. I'm fuming. Welcome in RD12. Appreciate you tuning to the stream, my friend. I am fuming as well, bro. Absolutely fuming. This is the first time this season. Those of you that have been from me from the start, from the start of the season, will know that I've reviewed and reacted to every single Arsenal game, man. I've been genuinely positive. Like, even the games we lost, Manchester United away from home, I was positive because you know what? We lost on the counter-attack that game. I genuinely thought we were actually quite good. When we played Man City when we played Man City at home and we lost that game, it is what it is, man. You lost that match. It happens. Everton away, even, I was disappointed because I feel like we should have done more from that football match. But look, I understand it. Sean Dyche's first game, it was against us. This is the first game where genuinely, I'm flipping out at this team. Like, genuinely, they annoyed me today. This performance was disgraceful in that second half. And in the end of the first half. From 2-0 up to lose that game is disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. Ferreira should be sent out on loan to Pure Gym. Exactly what I said to you, and I said that earlier in the stream. Give him a loan to Pure Gym, bro. He needs to bulk up. Pure Gym, the gym group, Virgin Fitness, Virgin Active, whatever it is. Just give him a loan to the gym, bro, because he needs to bulk up. What feels worse, this slip-up or at Anfield? Oh, this slip-up feels worse. Miles worse than Anfield. Anfield, I was quite proud of the boys because I understand Anfield's a place where no matter how bad Liverpool are in the season, they will get results at that place. And Liverpool actually been good at Anfield. They've only lost one game that season to Leeds United. So I came off that, and on this stream last week, basically, I was saying, you know what? It happens. We lost at Anfield. I was happy we stayed in the game. Of course, I'm disappointed because we were 2-0 up, but stuff like that happens. I'm still proud of the boys. We hung in for a point and we move going forward. I didn't say whether it was a point gain or 2 points lost. I wanted to see how we reacted against West Ham. Now I know it's 2 points lost, but I wasn't too disheartened with that point. Today, I am very disappointed. I'm frustrated, disappointed, angry. Every negative emotion in the books, I'm exhibiting it right now around Arsenal Football Club. Disappointed, man. This slip-up was terrible. It's West Ham United, man. It's West Ham United who flirt with relegation. They're not good. They're not a good football team, West Ham, man. It's not good enough. They played in midweek as well. They should be tired. Why are they looking like the team that's got the legs in the second half? I don't get it. Send Fabio to work Wrexham. Bro, he wouldn't be able to survive in the National League. You think Fabio Vieira is surviving in the National League with the amount of fouls they do there and the physical football? It's terrible, man. This slip-up was worse. Exactly, Alan. 100% agree. This slip-up was much worse. I was going to say I can't see Arsenal getting anything at the Etihad. And sadly, it looks that way as well. I'm forever an optimist, but if I look at it from, let's be honest, an objective viewpoint, do Arsenal get something from the Etihad? I don't see it. I genuinely don't see it. Like, what is the route to Arsenal picking up something at the Etihad? Do you see something like Arsenal picking up the points? Because I don't see it happening. I can't see Arsenal, even if we're 2-0 up, getting something from the Etihad. Man City look too good right now. Now, all can change. Man City, of course, their next Premier League game is Arsenal. Arsenal got an opportunity to bounce back against Southampton. But even so, you're looking at it and you're thinking, why, oh why, in the two biggest games of the season, Man City at home and Man City away, are we going into those games with terrible form? It's crazy. Man City at home, we went into there off the back of a loss at Everton, a draw at Brentford. And then we play Man City, our biggest game of the season with bad form. Now we play Man City again, and we've got bad form again. 2 draws, and maybe, hopefully, a win against Southampton on Friday, which we should win, let's be honest. So you're looking at this, man. Why? Why at the crunch time of the season do we fall away? I know you got Man City at the Etihad, you're thinking, oh, Partey might get injured before that game, we're playing Jorginho again. It's just absolutely crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. I hope and pray, because it is football, anything can happen, but we need to turn around. And now, we're hoping and praying Man City drop points. We're hoping and praying that happens. Will it happen? Who knows? I'm looking at Brighton away for them. I'm looking at Everton away for them. Brentford away for them as potential banana peel games. But look, it's a Premier League. The way Man City are playing, they could honestly pick up every point from now to the end of the season. And you're looking at as what could have been for Arsenal Football Club. If we play like this against City, they will put 4 past us. Agree, they will in that second half. And genuinely, I think our heads could go at Etihad. I don't want to manifest it, but I'm going to say it regardless. Our heads could go at the Etihad. If we go 1 or 2-0 down at Man City, we could lose that game 4-5-0. Because our heads will go. Because we'll be chasing that game and Man City will pick us on a counter-attack. And Man City have experience in these positions. For all the youth and tenacity that we show, Man City have the cool heads. And in a title run-in, you praise the youth, you praise tenacity, you praise the intensity. But sometimes you need a bit of ice. You need something like that. And Arsenal don't possess that. And that's the problem. We proved it. Man City don't drop points being 2-0 up. They don't. Fact of the matter. It's a fact. They don't drop points after being 2-0 up. We're dropping points after being 2-0 up. And that's not what you need in a title running. If we're on our A game, I strongly believe Arsenal can get a result at the Etihad. Thank you, Alan, for having the confidence, my friend. Keep the faith, everyone. Come on, bro. Preach. The team need our support more than ever. And you know what? Yeah, big up Alan for this comment, because he is right. I'm bashing the team right now, and it's the first time I've bashed them all season, to be completely honest, because for the most part, I've really been proud of this football team. And we can get something at the Etihad. But also, this live stream is about Arsenal talk and being kind of like subjective, but also being realistic. My optimistic hat can tell me we can get something at the Etihad. My realistic standpoint says, where can you see Arsenal getting something at the Etihad? Where? Because even if we go 2-0 up, we've shown that we can bottle it. So the only way we're safe at the Etihad is if we're being 4-0 up, it seems. That's the only way we're getting something from that game. It's terrible. I fancy Leeds to do a double over Liverpool tomorrow. Potentially, yeah, especially at home at Ellen Road. And because Liverpool's away form was absolutely terrible. Let's make no mistake about it. So yeah, I'm excited to see that game tomorrow. And I agree. I think Leeds can get the result. I feel a disappointment, bro. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you feeling that, Tommy. It's one of those things, man. It's one of those things in football. Arsenal just ruining my mental health, it seems, man. A title running is not for the faint-hearted. Hurry up, Saliba. Oh my God, Scott, bro. Hurry up, Saliba, indeed. What's up with this guy, man? We were all hoping and praying he'd be back for the Liverpool game away. Now he's not even back for this game. When's he going to be back, Saliba? Now, we got Southampton on Friday. I wouldn't mind if Rob Holding plays that game, but I'd love Saliba being back. Man City game away from home, we need Saliba back. We need him back. Man City, the only way we have a chance against Man City is if our full strength team is there. I'm saying Saliba, Zinchenko, I'm seeing Gabriel Jesus, etc. Saka, Martinelli. We need our full strength team against Man City. That's the only way we get something from that game. Genuinely, I have to say it. City would have to waste loads of chances. Arsenal catch one on the counter. Would need to have a very lucky day to win there, let alone draw. Yes, I agree. But the thing is, I think if we beat Man City at the Etihad, we win the league. That's a crazy thing. This is where Arsenal need to stand up, and this Arsenal team needs to stand up and look at themselves in the mirror and think about the brilliance of this football club. This is where the Arsenal team needs to stand up, right, and think about the Vieiras, think about the Thierry Henrys, think about the Martin Keown, the Tony Adams of the world, the Ian Wrights. Think about the Arsenal teams that have done brilliant things for this football club. Because even though you've dropped points today, yeah, if you go to the Etihad and you win that football match, you will win the title, I believe. You will. So you don't sit here, right, and go, it's Man City away, such a tough game. I don't care if it's Man City away, I don't care if it's Real Madrid away. You're Arsenal Football Club. You are one of the biggest clubs in England. You've got a rich tradition. You've got Premier League like DNA coursing through your veins. You've got legends of this football club. Henry, that wouldn't stand for this. I've won titles at Old Trafford, that I've won titles at White Hart Lane. This is an Arsenal team that can get a result at the Etihad. This is an Arsenal team that bleeds Premier Leagues. So you go to the Etihad, and if you're a big team, you win that football match. You win that football match at the Etihad, and you win the title right there. That's what this Arsenal team needs to do. The incentive is there. The title was ours if we win the Etihad. Will we do it? Who knows? A lot of people saying they expect Man City to win. Maybe a little bit of pressure not on your shoulders might help you. Who knows, man? But if we get that win at the Etihad, boy, oh boy, do we win the title. That's the incentive, Arsenal. Make it happen. Might have kicked off. They have indeed. Nottingham Forest versus Man United. Everton hoping United win that one. Yeah, definitely. So that Nottingham Forest go down potentially. Is Maguire playing? He is. Maguire and Lindelof are starting in that back four. Maguire and Lindelof, yes, exactly, Jeff. It's still in both teams' hands, but more Man City's hands, in my opinion. Exactly. That's the perfect way to sum it up. Both teams have it in their hands, but Man City are favourites. Why? They've got the experience. Why? They've got the know-how how to win a league. Why? Because they are that type of team that's done it before. They know that they've got Arsenal to play at home, and if they beat Arsenal at home, it's in their hands 100%. And now Arsenal, they're worried. Arsenal have to be very, very worried right now because it's a 4-point difference, right? If Man City win their game in hand, it becomes a 1-point difference. If Man City beat Arsenal, they're 2 points ahead. And then it seems to be a long way back for Arsenal. It seems to be a very, very long way back. So if you're Arsenal, you keep your foot on the gas. If you're Arsenal, you keep going. But you got to pray teams beat Man City. That's how it's got to be. You don't want to... This is one thing I was like not of wanting to avoid. I wanted to avoid the fact that going to Man City becomes a crunch match that we have to win. That's what I wanted to avoid this whole season. Don't go to Man City needing to win that football match because then bad things will happen. But what's happened? We've gone to Man City and now we need to win that football match, man. It's absolutely crazy. Liverpool got to what? 98 points and didn't win the league to City? Exactly. Man City are ruthless. Man City have killer's instinct. Man City have a winning mentality. And look, if Arsenal don't win the league, will Arsenal fans still be happy with the season? I think we should be. And I'll be very proud of the boys. But I still got to look at it as one that got away because this season's set up for Arsenal to win, man. It's set up for Arsenal to win this league. Man City will get better next season. Man City this season have been off the boil. They've been off the pace from the start of the season. They only really started to hit form now, which arguably is the most important time to hit form, but it's the way it goes. Liverpool been terrible. Chelsea terrible. United have been alright, but they've got injuries now. They're not going to fight for anything. Tottenham are terrible. Leicester terrible, etc. Every team that's normally 5% have been terrible. Newcastle have been good, but their goods ain't going to win you the league. Brighton have been good, but their goods not going to win you the league. This league is set up for Arsenal to win the league, and we haven't. And look, next season we'll have another chance, yes, but will we have a good chance as this season? No, I don't think so, especially with Champions League next season as well. We're not in any European competitions. It's the one that got away. The season's still there, and the title's still potentially there for us, but I mean, you got to look at it and go, we're throwing it away, man. We're throwing it away. This is that boys to men stage right now. Yes, come on, lads, you got this. Do you have the faith though, Scott? Do you have the faith in the boys though, man? Because you're right. In the running, it's men versus boys. You got to become ice cold mental monsters. But do you trust this Arsenal team? Because in the past 2 game weeks, if you just look at the Liverpool game and the West Ham game isolated, we look like a team that's vulnerable, and you can't exhibit anything like that in the title running. And we're exhibiting exactly that, vulnerabilities. And you're going to get found out in the title running, and we are. We're getting found out by West Ham. We're getting found out by Liverpool. You can't show any weakness, man. Relentless. Exactly, Tommy. Relentless. You have to wonder when Arsenal will get their next chance, not to be negative. I hear what you're saying, bro. I hear what you're saying 100%, because, yeah, as I just explained, Man City haven't been their best, even though they've looked good in the run-in. Liverpool have been terrible, Chelsea terrible, Tottenham terrible, etc. So you're looking and you're thinking, next season I expect these teams to get back into the fold. I expect other teams to potentially fight for it. But you know what it is, man. You got to win it this year. I'm not looking at it thinking we'll get another chance next year. We will get another chance next year, but next year everything changes in football. You can't, look, saying we'll have another chance next year is exactly what I don't want Arsenal to show, is exactly what Arsenal showed this game. What have I said this whole live stream? Go for the kill. If the opportunity's there, go for the kill, man. Don't sit off. You got to win the league this season. Going, you know what? It is what it is this season. Let's go for it next season. It's like exactly Arsenal's mentality this game. 2-0 up. It's fine. We'll go for it maybe next game. We'll sit off the back. We'll see what happens. No, if it's there for the taking, go for it, man. Go for the win. Go for the league title. It's there for us. And look what's happening, man. Look what's happening. Yep, I have the faith. I haven't had that since 1980. Yeah, I have the faith, but I've had that since 1985. Well, at least since 1985, Arsenal had some good trophies under our belt, man. 89, Mickey Thomas at Anfield. Will we get something similar at the Etihad? Who knows, man? It's in Arsenal's DNA. It's a massive football club. It's a bigger football club than Man City. We can go to the Etihad and win that game. We've shown in our history that we're capable of doing so. But will this team do it? That's where we got to get up and be counted. It's there for us. The bait is on the end of the fishing rods. Will we bite? And will we genuinely go on to win this title? There's also fans think it's alright because we'll win it next year. No, do not rely on another season. You can never do that. Just ask Spurs. Exactly what I just said, CU1. Word for word what I just said. We can win it next year, yes. But don't rely on another season. Don't rely on what could be next year. The opportunity is there for the taking today. The opportunity is there for the taking this season. Go. Put your foot on the gas and win that football match, man. Win this title. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm not looking at a case of, it is what it is, man. We tried our best. Man City are just that good. We'll try again next season. We think Man City are not going to be good next season. You think Liverpool aren't going to be better. You think Chelsea aren't going to be better. You got to go for the kill, man. Go for it. This is a perfect opportunity for us, and we're throwing it away at this stage of the season. Do you think Chelsea will be back? Yes, I think they will be back. They've got too much funds around them. They just need a top manager. They've got top players. Chelsea will be back. Whether it's next season or season after, I'm not too sure. But sooner rather than later, Chelsea will be back into the fold. I fully believe that. Arsenal fans can be disappointed, but only because they've done so well all year. If you knew last August that you'd finish second or third, you would have been happy. This is the thing, Jeff, right? Because you make a brilliant point. You make a valid point. My thing is this, right? Everyone has their opinions at the start of the season, but your opinions change throughout the season. How Arsenal playing, we need to win this title. I'm not one of those fans at the end of the season goes, you know what? We were challenging for top 4. It is what it is. We made top 4. Well done, Arsenal. I'm not going to say that. I'll applaud. I'll say well done for the effort we've shown this season and coming so close to win the league. But I'll be disappointed. I'll be bitterly disappointed if we don't win this league because the opportunity's been there. And the games we've thrown it away has been West Ham at home. West Ham away. I said, right, when people asked, I said, if Arsenal don't win the league from this position, have we bottled it? I said, I'm not sure. If Arsenal don't win the league from this position, and this was asked before the Liverpool game, in fact, people asked me, would you bottle? I say, look, I'm not sure. It depends how we lose the league. If we lose the league, winning every game from now to the end of the season, but we lose at the Etihad and we draw at Liverpool and we don't win the league, that's not bottling it because it's one of those things. However, if we don't win the league because we throw away games like West Ham away, Southampton at home, we're bottling this league. And on the evidence of today, Arsenal are bottling this league. Terrible, man. I could see mid-table mediocrity for Chelsea. Nah, I think they'll be back, Tommy. Genuinely, I think they'll be back. Needs to be now because of Chelsea-Liverpool situation. Exactly, Scott. 100% agree with that viewpoint. The things with Chelsea is he sacked all the talented scouts, etc., and installed his son as sport director. Reeks of narcissism. Yeah, that's a terrible run football club, man. Terribly run. But they've got the funds available to get themselves back in it. Do you know people who are fans of many London clubs? Well, I live in London, right? I live in North London, so I've got fans of Chelsea, Tottenham, etc. I know a lot of Man United fans as well, being from London, and Liverpool fans, so just goes to show. I'll just out now, Luca, behave, brother. Luca, behave, man. I see your tweets as well during the game. You lose your head too often, bro. It's one of those things, man. It's not Arteta out. Look, it's one game, bro. Okay, Luca. Let's say Arteta out. Yeah, let's say Arteta out. Who you bringing in then, Luca? There's 7 games left of the season. Who you bringing in? Or 8 games left of the season? Come on, bro. Luca, behave, man. Arteta, I agree with you. He made some poor decisions in this game. But this isn't a case to say Arteta out. Arteta's done brilliantly for Arsenal. Absolutely brilliant. I've got 100% faith in that man. Come on now. Scott Arteta in. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Arteta in, man. That's my manager. That's still my gaffer. He's still definitely gonna be the manager for us, man. I still have faith that he can bring a title to Arsenal. We need ice though, man. And he lacks that little bit of composure in key moments for me, Arteta. But it's one of those things, man. I still have 100% faith in that man. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap up this stream now because I want to watch the Manchester United Nottingham Forest game. I'll hopefully stream afterwards. I'm planning to, but who knows? I might have some stuff coming up. I'm not too sure, but I'm planning to stream after that game. That's my plan. So make sure to turn on bell notifications and subscribe if you haven't already, so you know when I'm streaming. Check out my community tab on my page so you can see all my streaming schedules. That's the main thing. So yeah, I'm still bitterly disappointed, man. It's still gonna hurt me. Frank Lampard, yeah, I mean he's their manager for now, but he won't be their manager long term. On a different note, Mo El Neni has opened a football academy. Oh, good luck to him, man. Good luck to Mohamed El Neni. I'm a massive fan of him as a person. I don't think he's necessarily going to be good enough for Arsenal as a whole, but I think I'm a massive fan of him as a person. And yeah, good luck to him with this football academy, man. I wish him the best. Thanks. I appreciate you tuning into the stream. I appreciate everyone tuning into the stream. As always, I hope you enjoyed it. Bitterly disappointed, man. It's one of those rant streams that I haven't had a lot this season, to be completely honest. But look, it's been a rollercoaster season. From the start of the season to now, those of you who have been in on a journey from the start, I appreciate you. Those that have joined in now, I equally appreciate you as well. It's been what a journey. If we win a league title or not, I can reflect back on it and say, what's the season for us? But it's one of those things, man. It's one of those things. We move on, and we've got to move on to our next game, which is Southampton at home. I will be here streaming 10 p.m. for that football match, Gooners. Make sure you don't miss it. For those of you that are fans of all football matches in general, my next stream, I hope to stream later today. 6:30 p.m. the stream will start. Nottingham Forest versus Manchester United. Hope to stream as well tomorrow at 10 p.m. start. Leeds United versus Liverpool. And then also have the Champions League and Europa League games covered as always before we go into the Arsenal game on Friday, which is a massive, massive crunch game. Nice one, we move. Exactly, Scott, we move on. Thanks for keeping up the good work with these streams. I appreciate it. This channel is awesome, bro. I really appreciate it, Tommy. I appreciate everyone that tunes in, subscribes, hits the bell notifications, and also all your talking in live chat. I love hearing your guys' opinions just as well as mine. That's what football's all about. I'm angry, sad. One of those things, Luca, bro. Pick yourselves up. It's one of those games. There's still 7 games left of the season. We got to keep fighting, man. And it starts with Southampton on Friday. Bounce back, man, because the season ain't over. This Arsenal team, we've got DNA of the champions running through our blood, coursing through our blood. We can turn it around. We just got to make sure we do so. I've been over and out. I appreciate everyone tuning in. Make sure you subscribe if you're new around here. Arsenal got me disappointed, but there's still an opportunity to turn this around and win this league. Make no mistake about it. We will be back. At least I hope. I'll be waiting to see you all in my next one. Take care. Subscribe.